All right, guys, we're pulling into the station. Give it a share.
Like I said, if it is to be, it's up to us. Because they know it. They're no help to us, clearly. Remember what I said. Reclaim your power.
Yes.
This is our country.
Yes.
This is our state.
Yes!
They work for us.
Yes!
And shut this shit down.
Yes!
Keep your chest up. Keep your chest up, proud. Be Australian. I love you guys. Thank you.
I know you probably think we can't beat that, and it's going to be hard, but we're going to try. And frankly, he was a lot kinder to Vic Paul than I would have been if I was going to be saying something. Okay, guys, our next two speakers are some people that we actually really want to hear a point of view from. We've got two nurses. They're two generations from the same family, and their experience combined spans over 50 years of caring for their communities. So here they are on the stage. Thank you, Pauline and Mel.
Hello, Melbourne! My God, this is amazing! Welcome, welcome everybody! My name is Pauline. I've been a registered nurse for 39 years. If the Labor government gets its way, I will be forced into an early retirement. I thought I had at least another good 10 years in me. Like many of my colleagues, I have years of experience and expertise, operating room as a midwife and clinical specialist. Thousands of my colleagues, like myself, have been placed on indefinite leave or have been stood down.
Shame on them!
That is hundreds of thousands of years of expert clinical experience and refined skills sitting at home while our colleagues at the coalface grow weary and sick of the futility of it all. They have uni students in our ambulances and they are bringing in untrained staff from overseas. It's bloody wrong. It's not fair. My fear about the bill is that it does not sufficiently protect the rights of all Victorians.
Doesn't protect anyone!
Who are the people who are generally disadvantaged in situations of hardship and repression? It's always those of lower socio-economic background. We just have to look at the way they treated the people in the Housing Commission towers, putting them into illegal detention. Boo! This form of discrimination is abhorrent in a democratic society. And with this bill, we will also see people being detained for their political belief, industrial activity, or for their personal association with others. This should be irrelevant. This is not democracy.
Segregation!
Whenever a government pushes an agenda and resorts to extortion and manipulation to get their way, you can almost always be sure your benefit is not what they have at heart. At this point, I would like to say sorry about the rain. But also, I would like to thank the members of the Victorian Bar for their strong stance. Thank you to introduction of the bill to the upper house and for the recommended amendments that should be made for our protection.
Kill the bill! Kill the bill!
As nurses, we are fearful for all of our communities. There has been an unprecedented demand on mental health services. There has been an acceleration in the incidence of suicide across all age groups, including children. Many children are self-harming and developing eating disorders, and they simply are too afraid to go out and play.
That's right.
These are the true victims of lockdowns, and everyone is suffering. Thousands of extra lives have been lost because people who were not able to access healthcare because of the focus of the infection.
Save the kids!
The infection. I'm going to read a few stats from the Australian Bureau of Statistics.
Let's march.
This year in Australia, from the 1st of January to the 31st of July, just over 85,000 people in Australia have passed away. That's all-cause mortality. This is 4,800 more than usual and 3,024 more than last year. This means that the lockdowns have caused an extra 3,600 deaths above the average.
And the vaccine!
Caused by lockdowns. Lockdowns kill! Lockdowns kill! Lockdowns kill! Lockdowns kill! Lockdowns kill! If this bill is passed, our community will lose more of our loved ones. We cannot allow this bill to pass. It will lock us down. He will lock us down at his whim and inflict these deadly outcomes on us all again and again and again. No more! Lockdowns kill! Lockdowns kill! Lockdowns kill! Lockdowns kill! Kill the bill! 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 Kill the bill!
Hello, my beautiful humans! Welcome to the biggest talk I'll ever do in my life. Please be patient with me as I'm ready to basically poo my pants. My name is Mel. I'm a hospital ward and theatre nurse. I'm not here today to speak to you about what they're injecting into our people. We have been silenced by APRA. They sent an email in
Good on you.
when was it?
March.
It was in March this year, saying if any of us speak out, we'll lose our licenses, we'll lose our registrations, and that is it.
We heard
But as a nurse, I'd recommend having a look at Queensland Senator Gerard Rennick's Facebook page, as he is posting every single vaccine injury that's happening. Look at that. Look at the interviews that Tammy Jane is doing. Have a look at that. Share with each other.
Open your eyes.
I'm here to speak about the bill and the impact of lockdowns in our healthcare system. What I have experienced during lockdowns in hospital are patients not only suffering physically, but more mentally. Not being able to see their loved ones when they need them the most.
That's right.
With some patients being in hospital for months, feeling like prisoners with less rights. This is not right! With the hospital allowing one visitor only if you're a child, extremely demented, or you're dying. Yes, boo! Cancelling medical appointments because people are too frightened to go anywhere near a hospital. Delaying diagnosis, early intervention or treatment, adding to a rising death toll of our state. Thank you, mainstream media. Thanks for that. Boo!
pressure on our surgeons, having to further reorganise their operating lists, placing patients into priority boxes, deciding which patients are more important and more urgent than others, more suffering more than others. And when the restrictions are eased, theatre staff are working 7 days a week and sometimes doing 12-hour shifts, operating until 3 o'clock in the morning. This is dangerous for every single person involved. My friend, who's a psychiatric nurse, has seen an influx of mental health patients, as we all can imagine, from all walks of life and all ages. Feeling the impact of these lockdowns with the promise of more beds from our state government. Where are those beds? Because we never saw them! Denying long-term patients their recovery plans, such as group therapy work, then patients lashing out at nurses who are forced to enforce these lockdown measures. This is not healthcare.
It's unfair.
We cannot care for our community like this. Yes. And if this bill passes, Dan Andrews or any future Premier can declare a pandemic whenever they want, without question, putting us all in lockdown for any amount of time. We say no! 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 Woo! There is so much hate in our society, with classes of people already discriminating against each other, stating certain classes of people should not be able to receive medical treatment and should pay for a hospital bed themselves. Well, I've got something to say about that! We all pay our taxes. We all pay Medicare levy. Absolutely no one should ever be refused medical care. This is medical apartheid. And we do not, and we will not support this. We are not communist yet. I'm going to end with a little quote. Okay. They divide with fear. We unite with courage. They divide with politics. We unite with facts. They divide for control. We unite for freedom! 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 Woo! They divide for power. We unite for humanity. Woo! That's all I've got to say. Love each other. Stop all this hate. Stop all the divide. And thank you for listening. Thank you. Thank you. Woo! We say no. 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 Thank you.
I've just got one thing to say. One thing to say to the Victorian government. And ScoMo, who says we are not under mandate to get vaccinated to work. That's not what we're experiencing. See, it's not human right to have to get a jab to work. It is not okay. We worked with COVID patients for 18 months unjabbed. And all of a sudden, we need a jab to keep your jab safe. And it is the most insane concept that the healthcare system has ever come up with. So I just want you to stand with us healthcare workers. workers, doctors, nurses, vets, massagers, all of them, dentists, surgeons, because we need them all. We are educated. We know what we're talking about. We don't just say we don't want a Panadol and not go to work. We don't want this because we have researched how bad and toxic it is. But more than that, we value our human rights. And the Vic Dove and Dan Andrews is trying to steal them from us. So what are we going to do about it? Kill the bill! 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 Kill the bill!
What do they say about nurses? You can't live without them. It's the truth. Okay. There aren't too many politicians who have been solidly on the side of right since the COVID agenda started rolling out, but Bernie Finn is absolutely one of them. He's... Give it a hug. He's not only been speaking out, but he's also been epically trolling Dan Andrews since day one. Hey, legend! So I'm really happy he's with us today. Take it away, Bernie.
Thank you, Becky. Well, what a crowd, eh? How good is this? This is magnificent. And I just ask you to consider one thing. How much bigger would it be if it wasn't raining? Eh? It'd be twice the size. This is absolutely magnificent. I'm just so thrilled, so proud to be with you today. And I'm so proud, even more proud, to be one of you today. That is something that we all have to take on board. Ownership of this cause. Ownership of our own freedom. Whether it rain or whether it be sunshine, it's our responsibility to stand up for our human rights. Our job, nobody else's. Our job. Earlier this week, one of my constituents was raided by authorised officers. Don't you love that term, authorised officers? It's like authorised workers. Something straight out of Stalinist Russia. Just extraordinary. But Dr. Mark Hobart, a man who has served his community for 30 years, a man who is much loved by his community, he was raided by these authorised officers. The medical files, confidential medical files of his patients were taken by these authorised officers. God knows where they were taken, but they were taken nonetheless. And Dr. Hobart is now not allowed to practice. What is going on in this state? What is going on in this state? Enough is enough is enough. It's in fact more than enough. Remember earlier this year when the Premier came back from his fall. When he came back from his fall, he said we were quite excited. We were quite excited because we thought we'd found a new Dan Andrews. Because he told us the first day back, we're not going to have any more lockdowns. That's what he told us. What followed a week later was lockdown 5. Or was it lockdown 4? But I think it was lockdown 5. What followed shortly after that was lockdown 6. He's now made Melbourne the most locked down city on the face of the earth. Can you believe that? Is that something that he is proud of, I wonder? Yes. I mean, you got to wonder, given his love of power, given his love of control, he probably is. He probably is. But one thing we have to know, we all have to recognise this, whether we're here today or whether we're out in the general community. The Andrews government has no respect for Victorians. The Andrews government has no respect for our freedom, And the Andrews government has no respect for our human rights. As I say, enough is enough. What we have put up with over the past 2 years is intolerable. Intolerable. How we've survived it. Many of us, some of us haven't. How we've survived it, it's hard to say. But if you think things are bad now, just wait until the pandemic bill goes through the Parliament, if indeed it does next week. I say if because I'm a born optimist and I'm really hopeful that it will not be carried by the Parliament next week. I really hope we can defeat it. And I am using every waking moment, and quite a few sleeping ones, to fight this bill, to defeat this bill. And I ask you all to do the same. It is so important. This bill is so evil. It is so wrong. It is something that must be defeated. If this bill is passed by the Parliament, Victoria and Victorians will never be the same again. We are seeing a despot. Despot Dan wants to become an emperor, and that's what we are seeing. That's what we are seeing. So I'm here today to urge you to continue to flood the Premier's office, to continue to flood the opposition leader's office, and indeed every MP's office with emails. My own office has had 10,500 emails this week. You can't ignore those numbers. Nobody can ignore those numbers. We need more, though. We need more, because this bill is going to be debated Tuesday, possibly Thursday as well, next week. And we need every single one of you to put in the support toward defeating this bill that we need. Kill the bill, yes, kill the bill. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, I want to send a message today, and I know you want to send a message today to Daniel Andrews. We want to send a message to the members of his government. We want to send a message to Fiona Patton. Exactly. I tell you what, you can send her a message next November too. Unemployment queue that way. Absolutely. Absolutely. Turf her out. Turf her out. And I know you want to send a message to Andy Meddick and to Samantha Ratnam from the Greens. I mean, let's face facts. The Greens are just a branch of the Labor Party anyway. So, you know, what do you expect? What do you expect from them? But you want to send them a message, and that message is: we have all had a gutful. We have all had a gutful. Enough is enough. We are not going to take it anymore, and it is not on what they are trying to pull on us right now. Next week is a pivotal day, a pivotal time for Victoria, for Victorians, and for our future. Let us stand up as one. Let us stand up together. Let us send the message to every member of Parliament in this building behind us. We must kill this bill. Thank you.
Thank you, Bernie. All right. You know what? It makes it so clear, and we know that we're on the right side when we've got speeches like that. Thank you. Okay, up next, we've got Zelenak Jabmara. He's a sovereign chief lawman of the Jabwarong Tribal Society. He spearheaded the Sacred Birthing Trees campaign for 3 years, and here he is now. Thank you, Zelenak.
Oh, kule cha namba chi wandawai, cha wandawai. Nerech korang. Welcome to our beautiful country. Welcome your magical spirit. For 230 odd years we've been wanting to walk together with you so that we can heal ourselves to heal each and every one of you. We want to give you our law. We want to give you our language so you can speak to the land. We want to walk together because of places like this here, They continue to take away each and every one of our spiritual rights. You, that means me and my people. We are spirit. Spirit have no colour. Spirit have no colour. This land is a very spiritual land. And it's about time that you all started waking to it. That makes me happy. That makes me proud. Because together we will walk to a brighter day. This system here jailed me for 27 days of my life. Sent me to prison for standing for my sacred sites. Amongst all of the invalidity that it has, we all acknowledge that our people in this country have never ceded our sovereignty. So that means that we still hold the validity to give you your power in this country. Continue to get the numbers to keep the movement moving. Continue to come together. Walk with me so I can walk with you. And that we can lead our country into prosperity for 7 generations ahead. Not just our children, not just our grandchildren, our great-great-great-grandchildren. Do yourselves a favour, keep standing up and kill this freaking bill.
I'd like to dedicate to all the traditional people of the land and everyone here. We stand united. We will not be gagged anymore. Like I said last week, we will never say sorry to our children. We'll never give up to the people. We stand together united, shoulder to shoulder, never give up. I came here when I was 4 years old. I'm a refugee from Vietnam. I come to this country that stopped our religion, stopped our medical practices, stopped our beliefs. We've got nowhere to go from now on. And I know there's a lot more Vietnamese people in our community. And there's an upper party, there's a doctor there, and he is in the upper house. And I pray for him to vote against the bill. Vote against the bill. Vote against the bill. Vote against the bill. Don't play. Vote against the bill.
Never be afraid of me and my people. We have been working for so long to heal this country. We love you so much, you do not understand how much we love you. We have never ever turned our backs on you, and we will never turn our back on you. We will continue to march with you. We will continue to walk with you. We will continue to stand up for your freedoms, because that's standing up for our freedoms. Together we can do this. Together we can. Because I can't do this on my own. My people can't do this on their own. We need you too. Like you need us. In this landscape, we are one. We are many. And we are beautiful. Stay powerful. Stay within your spiritual power. Keep going. Don't stop. Day in, day out. That's what it takes. Day in, day out. Cause and effect. Continue to work. Continue to keep working for your children. Just like the Anzacs did for you and your children, and me and my children. Continue to rise. Continue to have our old people who are in this land awaken us. Continue to stay powerful. Big love. Big love. Yeah,
really cool. All right. Thank you. Okay, next up we've got some music from Phil. And I think he's still tuning his guitar. So let's kick it into a chant. I reckon we should... What do you guys reckon? I don't want to say sack Dan Andrews. I only want to say jail Dan Andrews. Jail the scum. Arrest Dan Andrews. Jail Dan Andrews. Why should he be sacked? Why should he get a pension for everything that he's done? Jail Dan Andrews. Jail Dan Andrews! I love you guys for keeping it going. Come on, jail Dan Andrews! Jail Dan Andrews! Say it, you can say it. No. Are we good to go, Phil? All right, everybody, let's give it up for Phil.
Good job, brother. Thanks, brother. I'm not trying to take out a little show. I just bought a gimbal for him.
Wow. How you doing? How are you? All right. I'm amazed. All this fuss over one little prick.
Oh, we're not fussing.
Okay, got a song for you today that you can sing along with. And if you're old like me, you'll already know the words. But if you don't know the words, by the end of the song, I'm betting you will know the words. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Could you please explain it to me? Because I got no idea what I'm doing. They say everything can be replaced. They say every distance is not near. But I remember every face of every man who put me here. I see my light come shining from the west down to the east. Any day now, anyway now, I shall be released. Right, that's your bit, right? That's the bit you gotta sing. Now, I see my light come shining from the west down to the east. Any day, any way, shall be released. You can always Google the lyrics too, that's fun. They say everyone needs protection. They say everyone must fall. But I swear I see my reflection way high above this wall. All right, come on now. I see my light come shining from the west down to the east. Any day now, anyway now, I shall be released. I saw you all starting to pick up on the lyrics, then there was sort of people going, okay, so we'll try and get it next time. I want to hear you sing. You know. Yonder in this crowd I see a lonely man who swears he's not to blame.
Love you, mate. Thanks, bro.
Every day I hear him shouting out so loud. He's crying out that he was framed. All right, come on now. I see my light come shining from the west down to the east.
Oh, sick. Yeah.
Any day now, any way now, I shall be released. Come on now, sing. I see my life.
I don't know the words. I've never heard it.
Where? That's it. Any day now. What's gonna happen, man? Alright, one more time. I see my light come shining from the west down to the east. Any day now, any way now, I shall be released. Peace out. Hey.
That was so good, actually. Like, really good. I want to take this again. Okay. Next up, we've got another speaker. Her name is Simone. She's a mother, a teacher, and an advocate for families in distress. And we need to hear from people exactly like this. So here she is, Simone.
Sorry, man.
Good afternoon, fellow warriors of Melbourne and regional Victoria. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Simone Palmer. I used to be a patriotic Australian, but this lawless, godless, soon-to-be motherless and fatherless nation we reside in, I do not recognise.
This is not Australia!
For at least a decade now, I have been a witness to this tyranny that is now fully unravelling before our very eyes. To protect those who I loved and my occupation, I fought on behind the scenes. Well, no more. They have unleashed a roaring lioness right now. Who here is the teacher? Teachers, where are you? I want to give a big shout out to all my colleagues, principals, assistant principals, teachers and support staff. What has befallen our school communities? Schools are meant to be a place of learning and growth in a safe environment. What happened to our duty of care to our students? Where has the integrity gone? What happened to collegiality? Now all we have is segregation and discrimination because of an enforced vaccination regime. My heart cries for our students, gagged, having to wear masks and breathing in their own CO2, pressured to be vaccinated just to be accepted by their peers and to be able to attend school, all the while suffering behind closed doors from panic attacks, anxiety, asthmatic issues and vaccine injuries our hospitals, doctors and the TGA refuse to report on. What happened to critical thinking and encouraging our children to just be children, to play, to explore, to question, to learn and to grow? We teach our children that they can be anything they want to be in this life. But the reality is their world that they are growing up in is wants to stifle their dreams and ambitions. The powers that be are wanting to breed fear, hatred and intolerance, enslaved by rules and a dictatorship that if they do not abide by those rules, they will be punished and become outcasts. Our school students have suffered enough. These past 2 years have been pure hell for our families. The isolation, segregation and breaking of the family unit needs to desist. Where are the true statistics on our children's and youth mental health? I would love it if they would report on the increase of suicide rates amongst our young people. Who is going to stand up and be accountable for the loss of these precious lives who have gone too soon? Our government? Our school communities? Our hospitals? Who is truly standing up for our children? We have a duty of care to the next generation. Now I want to address my fellow parents. Parents, where are you? A big shout out to all our warrior mothers and fathers out there. I implore you, educate your children. Be bold, be wise and be transparent. Our next generation needs authentic leadership and role models, and it begins in our homes. They need us to be the driving force for hope and change if they are ever going to have a future. We need to listen to our children. Don't listen to respond, listen to understand their needs and their concerns. Let's change the course of history. Stop allowing the powers to be to conquer and divide the family unit. Stop throwing your hard-earned money at the family court circus, thinking that they will solve all your quarrels and problems. And as for the guilt competency, what a farce. The mature minor laws they impose on our children, they need to be abolished altogether. We, the protected parents of Victoria and Australia, know what is best for our country, for our children, not the government. Let's change the course of history. We were born for a God-given mission and purpose to make a difference in this world we live in. I may be just an ordinary, regular Australian, but I was meant to do something extraordinary. Be a voice for the voiceless and an advocate for families in distress. These questions today. What will you do? What is convicting your heart? Whatever it is, follow through with it. Do not let fear stop you from what you were called to do in this life. For we were all born for such a time as this. Not next week, not next month, not next year when you get enough gumption. It's now. And there is one last thing I want to address directly to those who are governing us. All that you do in public and behind closed doors in the shadows of the night is seen and heard. Being a woman of faith, there is someone far more sovereign than all of you combined. And if you do not turn from your wicked ways, you will be answerable to him. Keep fighting the good fight, my friends, and may God bless and keep you all safe and strong. Thank you! And for our children!
And the mandate! How about jail Dan Andrews? Jail Dan Andrews! Jail Dan Andrews! Jail Dan Andrews! Jail Dan Andrews! Guys, I have a very special request. Right now, I would love it if I could get all of you to get your phones out really quickly
Everyone get their phones out, please. This is something of utmost importance. So right now, you all know the pandemic management bill is going through Parliament. This bill is going to take away our democracy as a state and ultimately as a country. There is something we can do about it. Firstly, as we all know, we need to tell everyone that we know that what this bill is going to do in taking away our freedoms. Secondly, go on to this website, www.stopthebill.com.au. This website has a link that will automatically let you email your MP. Now I know everyone's done this already, but if you do it through this website, it's like a petition. It'll store the information, and once the bill goes through, we can hold every MP accountable that has gone against the people's vote or against the people's demands to stop this bill. So this database will act as, in the law, in the court, we can use this against them legally because we have this database of all of these people here emailing the MPs and saying, we do not want this bill. So, just one last time, it's www.stopthebill.com.au. Go on there, you'll find the relevant info to email your MP. Thank you.
I'm not sure he would have got 2 more words out, to be honest. Okay. When this guy's rhyming about the current mess we're living here in Victoria, he makes me love rap music. This guy sounds good, he rhymes good, and he's got legit talent.
Yes!
Yo.
Yeah, boy! Amazing!
Yeah. The vaccinated, the unvaccinated, we're both still on the same team. There's no need to be divided. You might have chosen to get the jab, I chose not to. If you got it and believe in it, that means you're safe. If you think I'm still a threat because I didn't get it, that means it doesn't work. If you're safe, don't worry what I'm doing. If it doesn't work, stop telling me to get it. Yeah. Don't know what I'm gonna do, just know that I'll stay true. When you say it can't work in a month or two, cause I'm on back, what about you? Yeah. Don't know what I'm gonna do, just know that I'll stay true. Wonder how long left till I can't buy food, cause I won't get the jab for the flu. Yeah. Don't know what I'm gonna do, just know that I'll stay true. Don't wait outside when the rest let through, I'm an out, can't stop there new. Nah. Don't know what I'm gonna do, just know that I'll stay true. You need to boost that punch up through better, join the crew. It's important to see that we all got dreams. Our stomach to feed, wants and needs, we all got dreams. We all hold their beliefs, you got the back of your safe for free. That's what I want, not what I mean, and that's what it is to breathe. So, you get it, yeah, I want. You can win the mask, I don't. You can get close to the phone, you're blown, yeah, let's go blow to blow. Explore that life, what's in your mind? Do you want to do wrong or right? That's me, you're fine, when you're alive, when we're on the same team, don't need your fight. We both got to travel, both got to break, both want to live in peace. We both need to work, both need to eat, and both just want to be free. Your past neighbours, let's just leave up, please don't watch TV. Cause this ain't up there, cause they blame me, just leave your house, your kid. Don't know what I'm gonna do, just know that that's the truth. But say I'm working in my thought too, cause I'm back, what about you? Yeah. Don't know what I'm gonna do, just know that that's the truth. Wanna have on left till I can't buy food, won't get the job to do. Don't know what I'm gonna do, just know that that's the truth. Don't wait, that's how I wanna rest that through, woman, that's not stop that new. Don't know what I'm gonna do, just know that that's the truth. Give me some boost, that comes so through better, join the crew. I had a passing ball, and the pass control, that's the only hand I hold, that's like Cobra, start the ball. First time I gotta go, pop it hard from my stuff low. I'm full of heart and heart and soul, that choice ain't hard and old. Remember the fire I know, say that I watch, my back, what say, ain't take it back. So I make a change for the right, that's back to the end of the day, no game to the pride.
Why are you so great? Got the jab, pass one mate, I research, stay that day, and protest. All my pay, that's still for you right. Still think it's comebacks, smiles and caps on my wrist. Stop for the fight, fucking shit, everyone call me something. I thought that everybody was there. Don't try something in a week again. Front line fight, we were there, never just doing that, better be prepared. But no, what are you gonna do? Slow down, I'll stay true. When you say I'm working, I'm working, that's what I do. No, no, what are you gonna do? Just slow down, I'll stay true. When the hell I'm taking the car, my dreams, I wanna get the cat from blue. No, no, what are you gonna do? Just slow down, I'll stay true. Get away, that's how I'm gonna respect you. I'm gonna act like I'm dead. No, no, what are you gonna do? Just slow down, I'll stay true. Give me some push that I'm talking about now. Going to grow.
Alright, I'm just going to let you know that we've got one more speaker. I think you know who it is. After he's done, I'm going to like to say a few more closing words and then we're going to march, 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 march for the city. Look at how many people, I can't even see. The only people here, we've got tons of children. But we want to be seen throughout the entire goddamn city, so we're going to march. But before that, it wouldn't be a stretch to say that we probably saved the best till last. This guy knows how to end things with a bang, so I'm not going to waste any time. Give it up for Morgan!
Good afternoon, Melbourne. How's everybody going? I tell you what, when I look around the crowd today, it leaves me with absolutely no doubt that those criminals in there are not going to get away with that. They can assault us, they can beat us down, they can even put us in jail. It doesn't matter. We are always going to keep coming back. Now, as you know, ladies and gentlemen, next week there's a vote for the pandemic management bill. We all know that this bill, unlike what they say, it's got nothing to do with safety, and it's got everything to do with transforming Victoria into a dictatorship. We see Daniel Andrews for what he is. Who here agrees that Daniel Andrews has gotten away with too much for too long? Who here agrees that Daniel Andrews is guilty of human rights abuses? Well, I've got a message for the Premier, so listen up and listen good, Daniel Andrews. Come next election, your judgment day is coming, and mark my words, nobody's coming to save you. Now I'd like to make a respectful mention of two people. The first is my beautiful fiancée that recently served 22 days in solitary confinement fighting for this cause. The second is my friend, Dr. Mark Hobart, who recently has been graded by government staff because he refused to hand over our private medical information. You know, ladies and gentlemen, we live in a beautiful country, that is true. But for far too long now, we the people were been asleep. Whilst we were busy watching television, our politicians were busy advancing their careers at our expense. We've seen the division of our country, we've seen the outsourcing of our policy to the United Nations, we've seen decades worth of bad trade deals that routinely put foreign interests in front of Australian interests,
and we've seen the absolute destruction of our basic rights. Well, I think that I speak on behalf of every single person today when I say that their time is over and our time has just begun. What our country needs is a political changing of the guard. We cannot stand back while these criminals trade away our freedom in exchange for a lousy paycheck. No chance in hell are we going to allow that to happen. Is that fair enough? What we need is for regular Aussies like you and me to get involved in politics. That is why I recently submitted my candidate application to the United Australian Army. If I'm endorsed, because the endorsements haven't happened yet, I, together with your help, we as a team, I'm going to make it my personal business to have one of those criminals removed from office. Everything that's needed to be said has been said and the time for talk is over. So let me ask you this, my Australian brothers and sisters. Who here is willing to roll your sleeves up and to do anything it takes to secure the future of this country? Country doesn't belong to criminals like Daniel Andrews, Scott Morrison and Greg Hunt. It belongs to all children. Who is willing to take action to put boots on the ground and play a role in getting them removed? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so proud of each and every one of you. And there's one more thing that I wanted to do today, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to say it. I'm going to do it though. I'd like to address Victoria Police over there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is true that many of us have been assaulted over the past 2 years protesting. That is true. Many of us have been assaulted by, unfortunately, the people that wear the blue uniform. I'd like to make somewhat of a peace offering today. Based on the balance of probabilities, I have no doubt that there is at least one police officer here today that doesn't agree with this, that knows that he's doing the right thing. It has to be at least one. So what I'm saying, I would like to offer an invitation to one of you to come on this stage right now and stop the time. God bless you, God bless our country, thank you!
All good!
Thank you, Morgan. I don't know about you guys, but today has been really something despite the unfortunate weather. If I can self-indulge for a minute, look at what it's done to my hair. But from here, we need to keep the pressure on and not let up until we win. Morgan's very popular. So, and on that note, I've been asked to pass on a call to action for all of us. Starting at 10 a.m. this Monday, It looks like an Occupy movement will begin right here at Parliament House. We need to occupy. The organisers want to see hundreds, if not thousands of occupiers, with the objective to have a constant presence of day and night, and big enough numbers that they cannot move us. We need to bring noise, hearts and prayers, my voice, whistles, drums, music, anything. Because we need to keep sending the message that we are not going away.
Thanks, brother. Thanks, brother. Good shit, bro. Yeah, I did.
Everyone, we'll make it as wide out as you possibly can, alright? So we make it all around the Melbourne and hear this, alright?
Thank you so much. I don't know. So many. Sorry about that, man.
In the water, God's gonna trouble the water. Who's that young, dressed in red, prettiest sight I've ever seen? Who's that young, dressed in red? Must be the children. Let's go!
What's going on, bro?
The man himself.
Thanks, brother.
Got the man himself. The real, the one and only. The one and only.
Thanks, bro. Let's go. Telegram? Telegram? Oh, Instagram.
Watching your footage!
Thank you.
Leela! Second ago.
Must be the children that Moses led. Who's that yonder, dressed in white? Must be the children of that Israelites. I say away in the water, away.
You and Jamal!
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
And the water.
Yes, thank you very much.
As you all walk off and as you all march around Victoria, Melbourne streets, well done Melbourne! Keep on walking, keep on marching, keep on making noise! Long time ago, awesome lead singer sang this song. She said she could sing it because it's true.
Roger the legend.
Keep up the good work.
This is a man's world. This is a man's world. Oh, and it wouldn't be nothing. No, nothing without a woman. Oh, a little girl. You see the man like the cars. Oh, and I take us over the road. And the man he made the trains. Oh, I wanna carry the heavy load. And the man he made the electric light.
Oh, man, we carry myself.
Oh, to take us out of the dark. And man, he made the boats. Just like Noah, he made the ark. This is a man's world. Oh, but it wouldn't be nothing. No, nothing without a woman. Oh, little girl.
I respect you so much. Hey, thanks.
You see the man, he sees the itty bitty baby boys. Oh, and baby girl.
Yeah, I'll grab one, yes.
And then he makes them happy. Oh, 'cause he makes them toys. And after everything a man knows, Well, he goes out and he makes the money. 'Cause after everything he has got done, oh, that's what makes him happy. This is a man's world of love.
Freedom of speech! Some of these things.
Freedom of movement!
Freedom of movement, thank you.
Freedom of choice!
Freedom of choice.
Freedom of health!
Freedom of health. Freedom of medicine choice. Some of these things have been taken away from us during the very long extended state of emergency, which was meant to go on for 4 weeks, for a maximum period of 6 months, which then got extended for, I think it was 21 months or something like that. Absolutely ridiculous. The state of emergency is scheduled to end pretty soon. But Daniel Andrews has come up with a twister where he's putting a bill through Parliament and is going to continue that indefinitely, guys. Let's make sure our voices are loud and clear as we go down this street and tell the people, the politicians, and the state what we want, and that is freedom! And when do we want it? Yeah! Let's keep marching! What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? End the mandate! 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 Stand with us!
Hey guys, this road's all good. We've got hundreds standing around. So let's let the man know you stay with us, because we're all in this together, we're all fighting together. So let's get nice and loud while we work fast. Let's go! Stand with us! 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 Stand with us!
Oh, your voice today. You're killing it, man. Good job, bro.
Kill the bill!
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 Sack Dan Andrews!
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 No more lockdowns!
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 End the mandates!
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 No more lockdowns!
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 No more lockdowns! Kill the bill! Kill the bill! Kill the bill! Kill the bill! Kill the bill!
Do you want to stop everyone?
Kill the bill!
It's time to stop.
Kill the bill! Kill the bill!
Get everyone.
Kill the bill!
Stop.
Okay, we're gonna hold it up here, guys. Let's slow it down so everybody can catch up. Let's hold the line right here, guys. Let's hold the line.
And ask
Stand with us! Stand with us! Stand with us! Stand with us! The people united will never be defeated! The people united will never be defeated!
The people united will never be defeated!
The people united will never be defeated! Kill the bill! Kill the bill! Kill the bill! Stand with us! Stand with us! Stand with us! Free Victoria! Free Victoria! Free Victoria! St. Andrews! St. Andrews! St. Andrews! St. Andrews! Everybody, we're still going. Look at the time, buddy. We've been here for a while now. What do you guys think of the speakers? We love our speakers here, guys. Give a round of applause for everyone who spoke at the event today. Alright, let's go, Victoria! Free Victoria!
Free Victoria!
Free Victoria!
Free Victoria!
Free Victoria!
Free Victoria!
St. Andrews!
St. Andrews!
St. Andrews!
St. Andrews!
St. Andrews!
St. Andrews!
No more lockdowns!
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 No vaccine passports! No vaccine passports! No vaccine passports! Kill the bill! 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 We do not consent! We do not consent! We do not consent!
We do not consent!
We do not consent!
We do not consent!
We will not comply!
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 No more lockdowns!
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 No more lockdowns! No more lockdowns! No more lockdowns! St. Andrews! St. Andrews! St. Andrews!
St. Andrews!
St. Andrews! Free Victoria! Free Victoria! Free Victoria! St. Andrews! St. Andrews! St. Andrews! St. Andrews!
No more lockdowns!
No more lockdowns!
No more lockdowns!
No more lockdowns!
No more
No
lockdowns!
more lockdowns!
No more lockdowns!
No more lockdowns!
Free Victoria!
Free Victoria!
Free Victoria!
Free Victoria!
Free Victoria! Free Victoria!
Free Victoria!
Free Victoria!
Free Victoria!
St. Andrews!
St. Andrews!
St. Andrews!
St. Andrews!
St.
St.
Andrews!
Andrews! St. Andrews!
Kill the bill!
Kill the bill!
Kill the bill!
Kill the bill!
Alright, I'm gonna hold the line
here at the intersection. Let's go, guys. Let's slow down so everybody can catch up. Let's remain united, everybody. We are here united in our support of freedom, everybody.
Harrison, let's get the banners up the front here.
Let's get the banners to a line to the left side of the intersection, please. Everybody, banners up here.
Stop. This here? Yeah. Stop, guys.
Right here.
Stop.
Yeah.
Behind the banners, guys.
Alrighty, everybody that's going ahead of the banners, let's align behind the banners. If you're in front of the banners, please get behind one of the banners so we can remain united and cohesive, everybody. Let's get behind a banner so we can keep everybody all bunched up and together, guys. Let's go. A lovely song in the front row there. Take photos of that, guys. That's a legendary song. Let me hear you say 1, 2, 3. Kill the bill! 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 Sack Dan Andrews! 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 Jail Dan Andrews! Sack Dan Andrews! Jail Dan Andrews! Jail Dan Andrews! Jail Dan Andrews! No more lockdowns! 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 Sack Dan Andrews! 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 Kill the bill! Kill the bill! Kill the bill! Kill the bill! Sack Dan Andrews! Sack Dan Andrews! We do not consent! We do not consent! We do not consent! We will not comply! We will not comply! We will not comply! Free Victoria! Free Victoria! Free Victoria! Free Victoria! Save our children! Save our children! Save our children! Save our children! Free Victoria! Free Victoria! Free Victoria! Free Victoria!
Free Victoria!
Sack Dan Andrews!
Sack Dan Andrews!
Sack Dan Andrews!
Sack Dan Andrews!
Sack Dan Andrews! Sack Dan Andrews! Sack Dan Andrews! Sack Dan Andrews!
Sack Dan Andrews!
Sack Dan Andrews!
Sack Dan Andrews!
Sack Dan Andrews!
Sack Dan Andrews!
Sack Dan Andrews!
Sack Dan Andrews!
No more lockdowns!